Hey guys, Justin here, and today I wanted to shoot a quick video regarding a question I got on the YouTube channel the other day, which was, should I upload my music to an aggregator and have it distributed digitally and sell my music that way, or should I sell it directly to my fans on my website? And by about paragraph 3 of my reply, I realized, you know what, it'd probably be a lot easier just to explain this in a video. So that's what I'm doing here today. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so should you upload your music to an aggregator and sell it through iTunes, or should you sell it directly to your fan on your website? Well, the answer is, that really just depends. And that's kind of just the way that it is with a lot of this stuff. It really depends on your specific situation. So I'm going to explain the pros and cons of each, and then my recommendation for most artists. Now, my recommendation might not apply to you. You might be in a different situation. But I'm going to recommend what I think is best for most artists. So first of all, let's address why you want to upload your music through an aggregator no matter what, regardless of whether you're selling your music directly to your fans on your website or whatever. If you aren't familiar with what a digital music aggregator is, it's basically just a service where you upload your music to them one time and they get it distributed across all platforms for you. If you want to learn more about how that all works, I've got some videos that I'll link to in the video description. So whether or not you're selling your music directly to your fans on your website, you still want to upload your music to an aggregator. So here's why. Like when you are marketing directly to fans or to prospective fans, you can tell them where to go. You can link them directly to your website to go buy the album. But out in the rest of the world, if somebody hears your music, let's say they're hanging out with a friend and that friend is playing your music and this person really likes it and they want to go check out your music, they're going to go to the place where they consume music the most. They're going to go to Spotify if that's the place where they always listen to music. They're going to go to iTunes if that's the place where they always download music. If you're not there, if you're not on Spotify and Spotify is where they always listen to music, they're probably not going to go try and find out where they can get your music. They're just going to forget about you and move on to something else. So you want to be in all of the places where people consume music, regardless of whether your goal is to sell your music to them directly or not. So definitely upload your music to an aggregator because you want to be in all of the places where people consume music. You'll get more fans, more streams, more sales that way. All right, so then the next question is, well, if I'm already on all of these platforms, why would I want to sell my music directly to my fans? The main reason is you get to keep all of the money, right? So if somebody purchases your album through iTunes, iTunes keeps 30% of that. If they buy the album directly from you, you get to keep all of the money. So that's the first reason. Also, it can be really beneficial to send people to your website to buy your music if you have other items for sale. So when you send a fan to iTunes to buy your music, you're sending them to the iTunes store. And when they're in the iTunes store, they might decide to shop around a little bit and they might end up buying somebody else's music. They might not buy your album at all. Whereas if you send them to your website to purchase your music, now they're in your store. And if you have t-shirts, hats, jackets, hoodies, vinyl albums, tour dates, all of this stuff on your store, now they get to browse around your store and maybe they'll buy a t-shirt along with the album. Maybe they'll find out when you're going to be in their city next. So there's a lot of benefits to getting them to your store versus iTunes. All right, so if we stop there, then it's pretty simple. Upload all your music to an aggregator so they can get it distributed on all of the major platforms where people consume music, and then you focus all of your marketing efforts on getting people to your website where they can buy your music directly from you, and they can have the opportunity to possibly purchase other items from you if you have a merch store on your website, which you should. But then there's another factor. Another benefit of the aggregator is that they keep track of all of your sales across all these platforms and all of your streams across all the digital platforms that they upload your music to. And why is that a benefit? Well, because all of that data gets reported to Nielsen SoundScan. And that's how you end up landing on sales charts and Billboard charts and getting noticed by other music industry professionals because they see the volume that you're selling. When you have a bunch of people buying your music on iTunes and streaming your music on Spotify, other people in the music industry track that data. They keep an eye on that data and they can see that you're starting to get some traction and that can really help your music career. So then there's that factor where if you are starting to get a lot of sales and a lot of streams, you want to make sure that it's all being tracked and recorded. So iTunes and your aggregator will do that for you. So can you track all of that on your own and report it? Well, yes, you can. So if you want all of that data tracked and you want to sell your music through your own store on your website, you're going to need to be able to report all of your sales as well. So that's certainly something you can do, but it's kind of a pain for a lot of musicians. They don't want to do it. And I'm not going to get into the whole process here, but just be aware of that. If you do want to sell all of your music directly to your fans through your website, you want to make sure that you're reporting all of that data to SoundScan as well. And there's a process for doing that. You can't just email them and say, I sold 10,000 albums this month. Like, there's actually a process for it. So just keep that in mind if you are selling directly to your fans. Now, I realize most of the people watching this video, most musicians that are just starting out, do not want to complicate this process. They don't want to be tracking sales and reporting to SoundScan. So like I said earlier in this video, this isn't going to apply to everybody. Your situation might be different, but I'm going to give you kind of a general approach. If you don't really know where to get started, this is what I would recommend. First of all, make sure all your main albums, your major releases, are available on all platforms. So you want to upload all your main releases, like your big album releases. You want to make sure those get uploaded to an aggregator so that they're on all the digital platforms and all your streams and sales can be tracked. And more importantly, it's easier for your fans to find your music. And if you really want to increase your number of sales that are being tracked through iTunes and tracked through your aggregator, then sure, send your fans to iTunes to purchase. Just keep in mind they are going to take a 30% cut. If you don't have a merch store set up on your website where your fans are going to be able to buy other stuff when they go check out your album on your website, then again, that's less incentive to send them to your website. Now, you should get all that stuff set up, but if it's not there yet, you might consider just sending everyone to iTunes. Now, what I would also recommend doing, even if you are sending most of your fans to iTunes to buy your main releases, I would recommend creating exclusive content. This could be like remixes, live performances, or just tracks that you've created that aren't available on iTunes or Spotify and other places. And you can sell these directly to those diehard fans on your website. And you can also give away some of this stuff for free in exchange for your fans' email address. So once again, another reason why you might want to send people to your website is because it gives them a chance to opt into your newsletter, opt into your email list. And that's probably the most valuable asset. Not probably, that is the most valuable asset that you can have when it comes to online marketing for your music. So it's something I talk about a lot. I'm not going to get really deep into why email is so important here. I'm just going to say that if you want to learn more about why email marketing is so important for you as a musician, there's a link in the video description for the Music Promotion Blueprint. It's a completely free guide to help you get started with email marketing. I'll also link to Music Promotion Machine. If you go to musicpromotionmachine.com/discount, you get access to step-by-step video training that not only helps you better understand why email marketing is so important, but it also shows you step-by-step how to set up every single thing along the way. From all the technical stuff of building a landing page and capturing your fans' email address, to setting up your autoresponder, to communicating with your fans, to engage them and build a connection with your fans, and also advertising and promoting that. So again, it's musicpromotionmachine.com/discount. Check it out if you want to learn more about email marketing. But enough about that. What I do want to recommend though is that you offer some free exclusive tracks to your fans in exchange for that email address. So you can have that connection, you can build a connection with them, and then continue to offer exclusive albums, exclusive releases that are only available on your website. So you can send out an email blast to all those fans saying, hey, new exclusive release only available on my website. Go check it out. They get there, and then there's also t-shirts, vinyl, posters, hoodies, all this other stuff that's available for sale. And you can make more sales that way as well. Okay, after all that, to answer the question, should you be selling your music on your website or upload it to an aggregator? The answer is definitely upload it to an aggregator. If you're at a point in your career where you are just getting started, you don't have that merch store, you don't have tour dates coming up, and you don't have much of a reason why you want to get all your fans to your website just yet, then just send people to iTunes and Spotify to get your music. If you do have your online merch store built out, then you want to send your fans to your website to buy your music so that they can buy some other stuff while they're there. And if that's what you're going to do, you need to be sure that you're reporting all your sales to SoundScan. And don't forget to create unique content that's only available on your website. That could be live recordings, remixes, exclusive tracks that aren't available anywhere else. Use that stuff as an incentive to get people to sign up to your email list, and also sell it to those hardcore fans that are going to buy whatever you put out. But you only need to make that available on your website. So I hope that all makes sense. If you do have any questions or comments, leave those in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends, other people that might find it useful. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the little bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are released. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.